Okay, we're live now. Alright. Hey y'all, this is Farmhouse Fabrics. We got the grandchildren here today. Alright, now what do I...
And what are their names?
We got Lila and Ella, and me, Emma.
And who do you have over here? Who's your special guest?
Our special guest, Miss Regena. Alright.
And who else?
Machina.
And Gigi.
Woohoo! Welcome, everybody. Welcome. You girls want to say hello?
Hey.
They were a lot more lively a couple of minutes ago. What you been working on, girls? Causing trouble to your brothers?
Eating a donut.
Oh. And were you up late last night?
Yeah. Only till 12:47.
12:47.
On the dot.
Yeah.
How did you know it was 12:47?
Because I checked my clock.
Oh.
I went to sleep at 1:30.
Well, what were
No.
you doing from 12:47 to 1:30?
Me and Andy were still up.
Oh boy.
And we had to sleep on the floor, so we couldn't really fall asleep.
Poor babies.
was up too.
I was up till 1:30 sewing. And we'll tell you what I was sewing on, but so now
Bye, guys.
we have to say goodbye to these two. Wait, bye.
And I'm going to move over so you can show Emma.
Okay, so this is Emma, and we had a photo shoot today. Here, can you see this dress on her? I'm going to hide this because I don't want it to make you look wide. There we go. So this beautiful dress and this beautiful girl, I finished it, about 1:30 in the morning, but I'm sewing, poked holes in my finger, but loving it the whole time because I knew you looked beautiful. Anyway, we had a really good time this morning, and my friend Stephanie Dabbs had her little girl Ansley. Wasn't that fun?
Mm-hmm.
Ansley was
She was funny.
yeah, she was very funny. And Emma is the oldest of 5 children, and so she was able to entertain Ansley and get her, because she was a little nervous,
Yeah,
I think. Don't
she
you think
was.
she was nervous? Yeah. So I'm going to show this dress. Do I have that pattern over here?
Becky Calvin said the green is beautiful with her hair color.
It is. I
Did
don't
you
think
pick
it's...
it out?
The fabric? Well, me and Gigi kind of picked it out together.
That is the pattern. Hang on a minute. We'll show you the pattern. Yeah. Okay. You can hold that up and show them.
Wait, which one did we use?
We use this one. Yeah.
Okay, we used the red one.
Yeah. And
Okay.
so we had a couple of fittings, and at first it's lined. The dress is lined, and so I didn't want to sew the lining until we made sure it fit. And so at the first fitting we had everything just pinned together, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
And so we had to take it in some, and so then I brought it home and I took it in. Had to be taken in in all the darts in the waist and up here, like right up in this area and that princess line. And then I was afraid that I took it in too much. But then when I took her for that second fitting, whoop, zipped up that zipper, and it was like
It fit perfectly.
it did. It was great. So it was fun. We were in a really beautiful setting in Augusta. It's called the Marion Hatcher Center, and I think it was an old beautiful home at one time, maybe. And so a lot of pretty things like beautiful plaster carved ceilings and gorgeous staircases, and then that room was wonderful. So we had fun, and I'll show you the jacket. This is a Vogue pattern. So let me put that on. Thankfully, we were inside, and so Emma and I went on a hunt in the buttons that came from New York because we wanted a silver button, but she said, wouldn't it be nice if it had a touch of green? And sure enough, she found those, and so there's green behind this silver filigree. And so that just worked out great, and they're kind of hard. I made my buttonholes a little bit small. You can see if you can squeeze that through. So last night I put the buttonholes in and sewed the buttons on, but then I like to get rid of all my blue marks and then let that dry before I put a fray check on the buttonhole before I cut it. And this morning when I came down to the shop, I didn't use my blue line
You just
eraser.
use some water.
I just used water, and all it did was just
Spread out.
you spread out that blue. Yeah, you
Okay.
look gorgeous. You look beautiful. Yeah.
She's all ready for the ball.
Yep. Now she just needs a ball to attend. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so I wanted to show that, and we talked about it in the newsletter. I did line it in a gray silk charmeuse because I wanted a little less stark white because we're going with this dark color. So I think it turned out good.
Mary Lynn Rawlings said Emma is perfect for the dress, and the dress is perfect for her. Can't wait for these elegant pictures.
I know, they're going to be pretty. And we went to TJ Maxx and we got just the perfect earrings with a little bit of green. And we can tell everybody they're real emeralds, but
Yeah.
we got a really good price. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
So thank you, Emma. We can when you bring that jacket back, we can talk a little more about that.
Talk about the buttonholes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
Denise
how?
likes your jacket.
What?
It's a gorgeous jacket.
Who said that?
Denise Bears.
Oh, Denise.
Hey, Denise.
Yeah. How's your husband, by the way?
Yeah, Sally told
Yeah,
me.
we were worried about him. So anyway, the jacket does look good. That place where we had pictures, so elegant and beautiful. Oh man. All right.
Okay, now you can talk about
Okay, we'll talk about the buttons, the buttonholes. All right, I'm gonna pull this over. Where's our long-handled reacher to? Oh, here's my. If we go to overhead, it'll be overhead on YouTube and Facebook.
Facebook.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so, anyway, I'm like everybody. I really don't mind doing buttonholes, but when you work on your whole garment and you're down to the buttonholes, you're like, oh man, please don't mess
It's
up.
like, please, you're
Please
praying
don't
the whole
mess up.
time.
Yeah. And so I'll just tell you what I do. First of all, I'm gonna go to the overhead here.
Okay.
Right here. First of all, this pattern actually called for two. Where is that? Oh, not there either.
That one.
No, it called for two large buttons. Actually, one here and one here, but the buttons we found are a little bit smaller. So we used 3, and so then I did mark the buttonhole from the pattern. I marked it with a tailor tack with thread, and then because it comes in farther than a lot,
Mm-hmm.
but only because if you have a great big button and you put it in a buttonhole, you don't want it hanging over the edge, hanging
Right.
off the edge of your garment. So it is a little farther in than like
About
a
an
blouse.
inch, yeah.
And so then I marked my I marked the placement of my buttonholes, and I used a blue line, a blue marker.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually, because this fabric is a boucle and it's textured, sometimes it's a real pain to see where your buttonhole is.
Right.
And so I actually drew the blue line from one end to the other. Let's see if
Yeah,
I
that's
can.
what I would have done.
I drew it all the way down, because once you start, and I used the palest gray thread. I didn't use white thread. I used a pale gray, but even still, I had my head down here trying to
Trying to make sure you didn't cut what you had just sewn.
yeah,
Mhm.
and trying to see where I was
Yeah.
sewing. And so, and I use a piece of tearaway under the button
Mhm.
between the sewing machine and the buttonhole.
Right.
Ginger Lane has a question.
Yeah.
She said, did you sew over the sequins or remove them?
Well, I didn't remove any of these sequins because they're tiny, and I had no trouble anywhere except when I went to put my buttonhole in. And do you know I broke a needle? 1 o'clock in the
must have
morning,
hit
and I
it
broke
just
it.
at the right
I
thing.
know.
Yeah.
And it was thick, and you're doing that really close stitch.
Yeah.
Like when you, I really should have changed my needle a long time ago. because I don't do what I preach. You know, I preach.
Yeah.
People say change your needle with every garment.
And 14 garments later, it's
Yeah,
like, oh,
it's
should I
like-
change that needle?
When I hear it clunking
Yeah.
or if it pulls the thread, I'm like, I think I should change my needle. But I'm a little on the cheap side, and so I anyway, it was time for me to change that
You
needle.
know when to do it.
But after that, the other two buttonholes, I was really careful in sewing. I sewed them really slowly. But these are tiny sequins. Other garments with other fabrics with beads and sequins that are bigger. What'd you find? They're finding fabric they like. I'll go with my seam ripper and I'll remove all those beads and sequins before I sew a seam, because you really will break your
Another
needles.
little hint that you could have done, if people that do embroidery and use the topper, that plastic, it's like a plastic wash away, but it also peels off.
Oh.
You can put that on. I do that on top of my buttonholes because then it doesn't leave that little presser foot looking mark on it.
Right.
So you can do that, and then that stuff just peels off. It's
So
plasticky.
it's a wash away and a,
It's a plastic.
a
It feels like a
plasticky-
plastic, but it's a wash away stuff.
does it look like,
And I just pull it off. I've never washed any off or anything. I just pull it off. It just comes off.
does it look like that, you remember when you used to put Elmer's glue on your hand and let it dry and then peel it off? Is that what it looks like?
Yeah, it's just a clear
Yeah.
paper, plasticky looking stuff.
Well, then
yeah.
you can see your buttonhole
and you
better
can
when
see
you're
it.
sewing.
Yeah. Mhm.
So
Well, Mary Lynn Rawlings says, I know they can be a pain, but bound buttonholes would be nice on that. Maybe bound in satin.
Yeah, bound would be really nice
I don't know what that is.
if you're a bound hand buttonhole person.
you can take that class from
Gail
Gail
Doan,
Doan, and
yes.
she will teach you all the right ways to do a bound buttonhole.
Yes.
They are very beautiful and elegant. But
They
when
are.
your photo shoot is that a little bit
At
later
morning
that
at
morning,
9 o'clock, and you're
And-
at 1:30 in the morning. You're not doing bound
You're
buttonholes.
you're still finishing. I didn't even do stuff like
And even if you're Sally, you're not going to do that if you had a month
should
away.
have put a piece of seam binding here on the edge of this, and I didn't do that because I had these and I hemmed this by hand on the way down to
Ladies, these are for photo shoots.
Yeah.
Understand that, please. Some of these garments are like, okay, let's get it done, and then they, 10 years from now, they'll be on the rack, and that's where
Yeah.
they'll still be.
because we were riding, I guess 35 miles to the kids, help my son get his kids to their softball practices, and I'm riding along and I'm like this, hem. And so I hemmed this with no seam binding. I did serge the edges. Same down here. It's really terrible that I did that, but I did line it in silk, so
It
that
looks
should
perfectly fine.
that should account for something, right?
When she walks the red carpet, not one person there is going to look inside this
They're gonna be
jacket.
like, she didn't use seam binding on that. Can
Like,
you believe
yeah.
it?
You put silk on the fabric that we put fiber content question mark on.
I did get this beautiful boucle from New York, but I have no clue what the fiber content is. And yeah, but we lined
It's
it in
beautiful.
silk because she didn't want it to be itchy. Anything for the grandkids,
That's
right?
right. When they sleep in silk, what's a jacket?
Yeah,
Hey,
that's
come
right. That's
Now
right.
you're doing like I did, sewing in the car.
on. Yeah. So
That's
we're
Make good use of your time. You
That's
gotta do
right.
it.
It's like I got my little
when you got-
Ziploc bag
That's
with
right.
thread and needles and pins and
It's like, what
scissors.
can I do in the car
And, like,
that can save me time?
Boy, I was really thinking it this week because this week my time was running out. But the other thing with this, the reason I used gray on here was because I felt like it was so white against the
It was like snow.
yeah.
You can see the difference in this.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's unbelievable
Yeah, this
just by
it's-
lining
it's
it with
beautiful.
the gray. Yeah.
And so I'm gonna go to the
Let's see.
overhead and show that.
She brought this, and I want to see what it looks like under that.
Oh, so right here is the plain, and this is lined in the gray. And I mean, I tried different things because I know that with the green, an ivory or a cream would look pretty.
Mhm.
And you want to try that? Oh,
Yeah, let's put that
oh, okay.
under it and see what it looks like.
So it's kind of like shadow work or shadow embroidery. Oh, you can
Yeah,
put
so
that.
look at
it
that.
It does bring out the. I'll tell you what. Let's put this next to it, and then you can see the difference.
Did you line and underline?
I did not underline. No, I underlined, but I didn't line. Yeah. I underlined, and so what I did was that I cut all the jacket pieces out of the boucle fabric. That's a big difference. We'll go to the, can you see, wonder if they can see that. Yeah, you can see that line. This is where the pink is.
Yeah.
And then I cut every jacket piece out of the silk charmeuse. And I laid this over the top of the silk charmeuse, and I sewed around every piece, and I serged around every piece because I was going to press those seams open. And then I could have lined it, but there wasn't enough time.
Didn't need it.
So, but it's heavy, don't you think?
It's
that
96 degrees in South Carolina today. So
thank goodness we found an indoor venue to take pictures because, yeah, we would have been dying.
Yeah, but if you use a color like this, I mean, it's just gorgeous under that.
Yeah,
it just brings out such a different
so
tone.
You can change. It does. You can see it. It brings out the pink. Anyway, it's kind of fun because, and the reason I did that and really pushed for that was because the whole reason for the photo shoot was this fabric that I love, and I thought, I want to make this. Well, what am I going to make? And then I found that Vogue pattern, and it's around here somewhere. I found the Vogue pattern. I'm telling you, I just got back from the photo shoot a little bit ago.
It's here somewhere.
And I thought, well, we'll make that Vogue pattern. That's the one that Emma was wearing. And then you're like, well, she can't just wear a jacket. What's she going to wear under it? You know, if you come out in just the jacket, we can take it from the waist up.
Oops.
And so, well, if she's going to wear something under it, I shouldn't go buy the outfit.
Right.
I should make something. And so then we thought, well, if we take a picture with her and Stephanie Dabb's little granddaughter, who's another little redhead, Stephanie picked her color, which was royal blue. So then we wanted something the same intensity. And so we picked this dark green, and you're like, man, I don't know. Green and gold look better together than green and silver.
No, it brought it out.
It was okay,
really
wasn't it?
pretty, yeah.
So anyway, those are all everything running through your head when you're trying to
A whole different
create it.
type sewing, I told Sally, for this project. It's not just your little
No,
kid's dress or something.
Sewing adult garments again, and fitting adult
and
garments.
fitting them. That's the hard part. It's trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Instagram asked for a close-up on the buttons. If we could just put one in front.
Oh, Instagram. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. We can't do a. We can show Instagram right now. Let's do this. So the buttons, and then we'll go to a close-up on the overhead for a minute. So they're what they call metallized plastic. I really thought a beautiful rhinestone button would work. That's really what I was thinking. But you're gonna get
these
closer?
are really
I was
pretty
gonna say,
because
how
when
the-
the light shines a certain way and you walk, you can see the green behind that button, and it's really pretty with that green
Emma
dress.
went with me to back where we have all those buttons that came in from New York, and we opened boxes and looked, and she said, you know, does this sound crazy? Maybe we can find something with a little bit of green in it. And I'm like, that's not crazy at all. That's a great idea.
Way overhead here. Yep.
Okay. So there's actually that emerald green in the back of
Move
these.
it a little bit. You might can catch it.
And I know it looks a little dark on here maybe, but I thought it looked pretty
No,
on
I
here.
think it looks really
And
pretty.
then see when it was over her green
Annette
dress.
says, where are the buttons? Are they online?
Maybe Monday. Might be Monday. Because right now they're in the button box. But
One day at a time.
listen, the buttons, these also come in a gold with red, I think, and a gold with royal blue. And they're really, really pretty.
Yeah.
And the one on the end of the box was gold with, there was a gold with green. And Emma was like, oh, too bad it's not silver with green. So we opened the box,
Ta-da!
and there was a little section of it with silver and green. Yeah. So anyway, this is a fun pattern.
That one's Vogue 9347. I don't know if you found the pattern.
No.
I think I've got it
It's probably
at
over
my
at the
sewing
sewing.
machine. Yeah, probably at my sewing machine. So
Yeah, so that's
yeah,
that's the fancy things.
then this, I had to really follow the directions on this dress, because there was a way that you put it together, and like steps that you really need to follow, because you don't add the neckline until the zipper is in and the lining is in. And so then, of course, I'm last minute, so we don't have any lining this color, so I used a black. This is a polyester and silk taffeta, and it's lightweight, and it worked fine. And then the collar, I did interface the collar, and I did interface the whole entire bodice, front and back, because it's kind of structured, you know.
Yeah.
And so I interfaced that, and I used a real lightweight black tricot interfacing. That was on a roll I found here.
Didn't know she had.
Yeah, like this looks like it'll work.
Like, hey,
And
this looks good.
Yeah. And then pressing this fabric required pressing cloth, and I sprayed it with spritzed it with water, and then just on my cotton organdy pressing cloth after it was spritzed, and I held it down and just really pressed it down for quite a while, and then that helped press it, because these seams, this fabric wants to bounce. You know, it's bouncy. I'm pretty sure it's a polyester, like Duchess satin, because it's heavy.
It's heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We call it Lux Matte Satin.
Lux Matte. This is a Lux Matte satin. Thank you. I'm
Sounds
glad
good to
know
me.
that. Anyway, the color was perfect, and I'm glad we can move
And
on
she
to
had this
something.
beautiful rhinestone button on the back.
Yes, that's right.
You can see that one. That is beautiful.
Look at this. This is a 5/8 inch button, and it's in MISC 4, miscellaneous 4, and they're prong set rhinestones, so it was perfect for the back.
It's beautiful, yeah.
Of this.
Very elegant.
I didn't use invisible zipper because I didn't have one this color, and so I did my old-fashioned mom taught me way, and that was a lap zipper.
You could have used this fancy zipper if it was silver.
Regina and I have been finding.
We've been in the zipper boxes.
We've been in zipper boxes. We have thousands of zippers that are not online.
So we're going to show you
that one,
these.
Regina.
This is a awesome zipper. If you can see up close, it has teeth on both sides of the edges. It's a decorative zipper, and it's obviously was produced for designer clothes because of the little catch on it. You can see it up here. We can put it on here.
It looks like zipper teeth on the edges
on
as
both
well.
sides. So it would be really pretty on the back of something on the top of it, you know. So
it was probably. Certainly it was made to go on the top.
On designers, on the top.
top.
Yeah, on the outside it
Yeah.
was. I just thought it was really cool, really pretty.
cool.
So she has those. Then she has these really cute little zippers here. These are little short zippers. If you're making little bags or something and want a zipper, these are really cute, and they're plastic.
I like the color too. The color is good.
Good colors. Then we had purple. These are metal zippers. This is a really long zipper that you can use, and it's a separating zipper. And we decided if you wanted it in front of your dress, you could go up or down. It's like easy get out of.
Both in.
You need that for rompers. Just go unzip all the way around.
Yeah.
That's right, yeah.
That's where you can go
For
either
those
end.
bathroom breaks, it's gonna be real easy for the bottom part.
You know what? That's right. Oh, I know.
For the romper, I just about.
Yeah.
I
This
don't know
is
how
a
people can stand
nice
to wear
heavy
those
black one
rompers,
for
'cause if you're in a
bags or
public
whatever.
restroom, you have to take that thing all. It's like you need to bring a big plastic thing to put down on the floor before you.
I had one
Every
back
time
in.
I see one, I think of
Too
what's
much
gonna happen.
information.
I had one in 1971 as my going away outfit my mother had made for me, and never again. Okay.
Oh.
I think about that today, and I think if I was wearing that today, there'd be no way. I could never get out of that fast enough to get to the bathroom. So it's like, you know, it's like when they say on TV, gotta go right now. Well, a romper does not do it for you, ladies. So if you're over the age of 6, don't buy a romper, okay?
Under the age of 6, you can
Under
have
the
snaps
age,
in the crotch.
yeah. And so rompers are really
That's funny.
not my thing.
Well, Regina
I've never
brought-
even made my kids one for that reason. It's like, how do I get out of this thing?
I
You know, it's like,
know.
no. So
Regina brought show and tell.
Yeah, I did.
It's cute.
This is our back to school dress.
Look at that.
This is, I'll show it up close, has her name on it. For some odd reason, the girls like their names on it, but I'll tell you,
Is that button off?
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that.
it just comes right off.
So you can pass it to the next one. Just
That's,
like
I
Yes,
never
that's-
put their names on anything that I have to sew it on
Mhm.
because I want somebody else to be
That's a
able to
good
wear it.
tip.
And if you put their name, then they're stuck. You know,
Yeah.
it's like, okay, it can go in the trash after that because nobody else is going to wear it. So I thought, okay, we'll just put their name on little tabs and stick them on there, and they can take it off. You can take that off when you wash it, and then it doesn't get messed up, you know. And but when I was Scarlett, my 5-year-old sent a video, and she was in there bouncing all around, going, "Mimi, I want a pink with maybe red dress with my name on it
Oh.
and iguanas."
Oh, and
And I'm like, well, this is a
Oh,
back to
my
school dress. You're not getting
goodness.
iguanas. You're getting a school bus and a house. It's like,
Wow.
yeah, I was like, where did she come up with this thing?
That's
Because
funny.
you could tell it was all swirling at one time, you know. And I
Mhm.
was like, no. But I used the Children's Corner Louise for this dress. And then I added the Children's Corner Ava sleeves that we just did, the
Oh,
double ruffle
yes,
sleeves.
yes.
So I just added those to it. And the collar is made in the hoop from the Joy Welch applique for
That-
kids.
Look at that edge. It's beautiful.
And it's the Peter Pan collar, and it was really, they're so easy to make and so much fun to do because it's so finished, you know. I did German interfacing on the back
I
of
see
it,
that.
and then it just helps to lay a little bit.
So it's one layer of fabric and one layer of German interfacing.
Yeah, I just
Billy
ironed.
Paris says Liberty has iguana fabric. I got it from my grand.
Oh.
Billy, she's not getting one. I don't do things like that. Okay. That was a fleeting moment. I'm sure that she
That's
dreamed up this
funny.
iguana, you know.
That's funny.
So she's not getting one of those.
That-
If it's going to be something that Mimi really likes before I put it in Liberty on her, okay. But anyway, back to this one. The collar, the edges are finished really pretty. And then on the hem, I decided
I
to,
like this idea.
for this fabric, you know, it's the selvage is on here.
So this is a border fabric, and the border runs along the selvage edge,
Mhm.
and it only runs on one selvage edge.
Right.
I kind of wish it was two.
Yeah, it would have been
You
nice.
You can get your dress, especially a little dress, you can get it out of half the fabric.
Right.
Yeah.
But it didn't, so I wanted it to be right on the
Mhm.
bottom when I hemmed it, so I just made a facing out of the strip from the top of the fabric, and I serged it on here, folded it under, serged it, and then hand stitched it down,
That's a good idea.
and it just made it the right
Yeah,
border all the way
because
around.
Otherwise, you just have the tiniest little roll.
You would have had a like
and would it go
a
into the ABCs?
it
or
would have
you
gone into the ABC.
barely have room to.
Yeah, and you would have had to do you would have lost part of this if you were actually doing a hem on
Aw.
it, and I didn't want to lose any of
No.
it, so
I love
just
that.
did a facing hem.
And it's 60 inches wide, so there's
Yes.
plenty of fabric on the other side. Although this also comes in a fabric with just this print and
Yeah.
not the border.
Right.
Yeah.
But you can get the bodice and the sleeves out of the top portion of your fabric that you have from
And
cutting
we
your
just
skirt
so happen
to have
to
a
have a
kit.
kit.
That's
Dun, dun,
right,
dun,
because
dun.
everybody needs one of those.
Yeah.
I have one more to make because I have to make the other one too, and but I want to try that on them just to make sure that,
Oh yeah, that's cute.
because I think their bodices measure very close, but then the length is about 1 inch different. But I just thought, okay, I'll try it on them and see.
So
Okay,
Yeah,
so
it's on there.
Susan has a question.
Okay.
Susan Bland, when making the layered angel sleeves, do you gather both layers together?
I do. Yeah. I lay one on top of the other and then just pull them up. And they're not hard, just put a 5-inch length and pull them up. Put 2 rows close. I put them kind of close together, and then that way I don't worry about it breaking.
So Regina made the Ava dress from Children's Corner out of our little cherry fabric from Spain. The blue, it was the blue, and did a double ruffle on the shoulder like that. So cute. And then piped in the same blue, and she made it for Kristen's daughter, June, and June wore it to church Sunday.
Oh.
And I said, Kristen, you've got to send a picture to Regina.
Oh, I hope she does.
She looked adorable in that. And it made her eyes look so blue. I mean, it
Oh
was
my gosh, yeah.
yeah, it was
I'm sure with
really,
the red.
really sweet. So we do have a kit for the Ava pattern in the cherries also. Thank you, Regina. And I've seen it on a child, and it's wonderful.
Yeah,
It was, it was amazing how that blue really brought out those cherries, because otherwise it just kind of seemed plain.
Right.
But man, you put that blue on there, just
And
like
it
this
just popped it,
ruffle
yeah.
right here makes all the difference. Just a touch of another color.
Yeah, and when I was doing it, I thought it was kind of plain, but of course I didn't want to put their name across the front, so that's why I just went ahead and added this little tab, and I thought, okay. I was thinking late at night. And
I've got girls giving me sign language.
and while I was doing it, after I got finished, and I had some of the fabric left from the top, I thought, okay, I'll make them a back-to-school little pencil bag. Not that 4K and 5K need a pencil bag, but they'll think they're going Hollywood style, you know, their little pencil bag. And I also had made their names in pale yellow, and it didn't show up enough for the dress. I thought, I'm not throwing those away. I just kept them, and I put them on the little pencil bag so you can see. And I used some faux leather
To the
from,
overhead.
you know, it comes in a roll at Hobby Lobby, and I just got it and cut a strip and made a little handle for this.
Down here, wow.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
so they're from, I was just looking, it's an Etsy, Pixie Willow Patterns. It's an Etsy in the hoop design, all in the hoop bag.
You love the in the hoops, don't
I
you?
do, because they're easy.
Yeah.
You try to make this little bag, put the zipper in and turn all this stuff, and it's completely lined. It has batting in it, so it's,
Oh my goodness.
you
So
know,
you have
it's
all the layers in the hoop at the one time. Oh, that
yeah,
looks amazing.
so all of them are in there together. When you get done, you just turn it out, and
I love that.
you know, it's, this one, the zipper's getting caught on the lining a little bit.
I might even be able to do that.
You follow the
Maria wants to know if you can show how the tab is attached to the dress.
Oh,
Oh,
it's just sewn. I'll show you here. This is, I just decided where I wanted it to fit in the center, and so you see there's 2 buttons sewn on here, and the tab comes with the buttonholes made on it, so you just button them on.
oh, the tab is in the hoop too?
Mm-hmm. The tab is all in the hoop from Applique for Kids.
Man, that's cool. I
So-
didn't realize she had a tab like that.
This tab takes just about 10 minutes to make, because
Man.
you sew the bottom layer, you take it off, you put the hoop the next fabric, and you sew out the tab. You cut the back off of this. And
Sounds so simple.
it is very simple. I mean, the instructions, Applique for Kids, she writes her instructions so perfect, you cannot mess it up, really. And you just follow step by step, and you're done. You know, but the sewing, like, once you put it in the hoop on the machine, the sewing is like 1 minute for one thing, 2 minutes for the other thing. So the whole total sewing time is like 5 minutes. And so it's really is. And it's finished in the, you know, you put the back on the back of the hoop, and then you put the hoop back in there, and it sews and finishes it, and you just cut it out.
I think this is cool, Regina.
Mm-hmm.
This faux leather. Couldn't you use that? You know, everybody's making those across the body bags, and then, but couldn't you just cut
You
a
could.
strap out of this and use it? Would you back it in a piece of fabric?
You could, because this might wear off after a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
But they
that.
have that in rolls, different colors. I use it a lot on a lot of different projects.
Like the rolls are like how long?
They're like 8 inches, 6 or 8 inches, I think.
By what?
And then you get 2 or 3 yards in it.
So that would be
So
enough.
it's like
of
you got
length.
plenty, yeah.
And so you just cut that with a rotary cutter.
Mhm.
That looks like a bought thing.
No, thank you.
Professional.
Yeah,
That's
it's
right.
my
I love
bought
that.
little zipper pencil
Yeah.
bag, you know.
That's so neat.
So they're cute, and you know, and in this tab thing on Applique for Kids, she has several different designs that you could do. I just like this one because of the way I was putting it on the skirt. But she has some that are cut out different ways, and you can use them for all kinds of things. You know, I mean, they're real cute if you just want to button something on, and you could change them out for holidays. If you make a holiday outfit, you can make a little holiday tab with their name, and then button it on and change them out. You know, so that's a great way to
The bag
make
is
more things,
wonderful.
and I'm sure that they're going to have a lot of fun with it, because
that's-
I've given them little bags before, and they really, you know, think they're grown up carrying their little bags. So that's our back to school project.
I love that. And we have more of this coming, and right now Fabric Finders has sold out of this fabric.
That's It's amazing how fast it goes.
When this fabric came, I told Christy, get on the phone and order more of this because this is going to be popular. And besides,
And this was just last
Regena-
week because
yeah,
I was here.
That's right. And Regina took some home with her. And you know, if Regina makes a dress, everybody's going to want
Yeah,
it.
it came in on Friday, so that tells you
Yeah,
how
that's
fast it
right.
went. It
That's
came in
right.
Friday when
Yeah,
I was here,
yeah.
and then it was gone after
So
that.
I think we have 4 more bolts coming, something like that. Anyway, get it while you can. So we have the cutest little gal in a model garment. And we have a name.
Crimson Rose.
Crimson Rose.
Mhm.
So here is a kit for this.
If we had looked at the kit, it has Crimson Rose on it.
I really meant the lady's name that made this.
Oh, Dulce.
Dulce.
Yeah, Dulce.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Dulce Hernandez.
I was going to say Hernandez, believe it
Okay.
or not. Can you believe it? Anyway, Dulce Hernandez, amazing. This
Precious.
precious little girl, when she sent the pictures, we thought it was a doll. Which picture did you put in the newsletter? Was it the one where she's standing?
I think all of them.
Oh,
I couldn't pick.
It was so hard to pick.
We've just
They're
been
all so
talking
cute.
about her for the last
oh.
2 days.
When Emma opened the pictures, she said, "Come here and look at this." And I'm like, "Well, that looks like a likeness doll."
Mm-hmm.
She said, "That's a real child. That's a real child." She is so darling. So darling.
I showed Andrew the pictures that day, and then yesterday he was still talking about how
I know.
precious she is.
She is precious.
She's
So
cute.
the patterns she used, it might say in here, right?
The pattern is Petunia by Peony Patterns, and the collar is the Posy pattern.
And both by Peony Patterns.
Both by Peony Patterns, and then the bow is a free download, the Foxglove bow.
Okay, that's right. And in fact, we downloaded that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the pattern, she combined 2 patterns from Peony Patterns, and that's a PDF pattern company. Petunia for the main dress and Posy for the collar. And so you can order those from Peony Patterns and download those. Is just angelic. And then the bow is a free download from Peony Patterns.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
hair.
the hair bow.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what Christy said. People are going to ask us how she made that hair bow, because I'm sure it's a strip of fabric, folded over lengthwise and sewn down and turned right side out, and just made it adorable.
And just a tip, if you want to make that collar in the hoop, use the Peter Pan collar. Use burgundy thread on the outside.
No,
You don't have to do your little band around there. You know?
Yeah, but she used velvet piping.
Velvet piping.
But you know, if you
that-
match the velvet piping
Mm-hmm.
to your thread,
Yeah. It'll be the same color.
it'll be the
so,
same
yeah.
color. Oh, is she not the cutest?
Mm-hmm.
She's cute.
So adorable.
She's
And
cute.
she's on Instagram, Darlene's Little Closet. I'll include her Instagram page.
Oh, good,
People
good.
can
So you
all
can
her
see all of her
sweet
pictures. I mean, this is angelic.
Just cute. Here, you want to show these?
Yeah. So I always notice when we're getting a lot of orders of the same type of things all of a sudden, and what we're getting, people must be sewing for Christmas, because these are all Speckler Vogel Pima cottons, and they're they feel fabulous. They're 45-inch Pima cotton tartan plaids, and so they're like, this is number 64. This is number 40.
This is 68.
Yeah. They're real traditional. This one is 72. 54.
54.
54.
Mhm.
But they're great for, you can make little dresses with white collars.
Oh, yeah.
John Johns, little boy John Johns, button-on shorts.
Great for fall,
yeah,
winter.
I
Yeah.
know.
They're pretty.
But we have sold so many pieces of this to customers this past week. And Christy does all our ordering, and I said, Christy, we better check our stock on these and get these coming. They're all from Speckler Vogel, and the quality is so
Oh, they feel
excellent.
so nice.
Yeah.
They're so soft
Yeah,
and
they are.
so
They're really smooth, aren't they?
yeah.
We might
And
have
such pretty colors.
possible that we have piping made out of a couple of them, because
I'm pretty sure you do.
Connie Palmer used one of these in a
Right.
dress in classic sewing. It was one that she had had when she was a little girl,
Mhm.
and I can't remember which one it is. It could be this one.
I think it is
And it
that
was
one.
a couple of years
pretty
ago
sure.
at Christmas.
Yeah.
Maybe more than a couple. Time
Yeah.
does go by. Anyway, it was very, very cute, and with a white blouse and then a little
Bolero type.
yeah, bolero.
Mhm.
And so isn't there one in this issue of classic sewing, that same pattern with a bolero? Yeah,
No,
I
I
think
think that was that on the front cover of the last one.
it was.
The white dress that she made.
No,
that's not it. No, no.
Not
Mm-mm.
Connie's. That little
No,
bolero
yeah.
pattern is in the current issue of Classic Sewing magazine.
Yeah, we were talking about
Yeah,
that.
and because I said, hey, that looks like
Mhm.
Connie's dress, and actually, they based it off of that. So, let's go find it. Let's see. Watch me not be able to find. Oh no. So, anyway,
It's
Christmas
there.
dress.
Mhm.
what?
Christmas dress in 2018. Connie Palmer is the one that she
Oh,
did the collab.
2018. Well, that was a
Well,
couple years ago.
we were looking at this one. I think were we talking about that?
Which
The way
one?
this looked.
But that's not it. I think they actually used. I think they actually used her pattern. But look at all these.
Yeah, see, these are the button-on tabs.
These are
Yeah,
tabs in the hoop button-on tabs.
Yep.
And they're seasonal.
That's right.
So that's cute. So you can change
It's funny
that
because I
up.
hadn't even paid any attention. I looked through there and I hadn't even thought of that.
This is when you
but
do
that's-
something at the last minute and you can't find it. But I know you and I looked at it and we found it. Anyway, what else can you tell them, Regina, while I'm looking like an idiot here going through this
Well,
magazine?
you're not looking like an idiot. Yeah, you can start your, everybody, I guess now a lot of the kids are all back in school, and so back to school sewing is, some of our schools are still not back yet, but you can still do back to school sewing at last minute for those that are like Sally that wait. You can still get your back to school fabric kits and make your dresses.
That's right.
And then we're starting into winter. Everybody will be ready to start sewing for winter, so it'll be fun to see what people are coming up with.
Are expecting. Everybody has seen how corduroy has skyrocketed.
Mhm.
The price of corduroy. I mean, who ever dreamed it? I've been in business a long time, and corduroy used to be relatively inexpensive, and then go up $1 a year, $2, $3, $4. I mean, some of it now might be over $20 a
Yeah,
yard.
it-
I never thought I'd ever see corduroy do that.
Well, it's about the same with all prices of everything now.
Yeah.
It's like you look at it one day and the next day it's gone up, Oh, there it is.
So this is Pumpkin Delight by Joy Welch. It's in classic sewing. It's the machine vest overlay and center pumpkin pattern adaptations are the classic sewing download, but it's the pumpkin fabric from Fabric Finders and the chambray for the little vest with embroidery all down the front. This is it. This is the pattern that Connie had in 2018.
Mhm.
And of course, Fabric Finders ran out of the pumpkin print, but it's being made and we're going to get more in. But we do have plenty of the chambray that matches. But isn't it cute? Joy Welch designed a pumpkin applique. We can go to the overhead and show this a little more closely. Right here. And so this is Joy's design here along the scalloped edge. And I'm sure that's her scallop in the
Oh
hoop.
yeah.
And
It's
even
in the
the
hoop.
neck.
Mhm.
And then this really pretty little pumpkin. So cute. So, yeah, this
It's
was
adorable.
designed by Connie Palmer for Classic Sewing 2018 issue.
Mhm.
It's like, I could have read. I should have had it marked. But anyway, things just
We're
flipped through
just
my mind and we're
yeah.
like, got to show you that. So, yeah, this is... So this is in the current issue of Classic Sewing magazine, and this is what the cover looks like. It's got Joy Clapp's little overalls on here. Joy
Cute
Clapp. Joy. I've got Joy Welch and Cheryl
Cheryl.
Clapp on my mind. It's got Cheryl Clapp's outfit, and we'll have some surprises from Cheryl Clapp. She sent. Did you see that packet? Did they put it on your desk? The
I
packet.
did.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, there's got to be some goodies in it.
Yeah, with Cheryl is so generous, just like so many of the designers have been really generous and want to give something away, kind of
Oh,
like
cool.
uh,
Better keep watching.
what was her little? I'm telling you what, I'm so tired, I can't even think.
So happy the photo shoot's over.
Yes. Oh man, I'm gonna sleep great tonight.
Mm-hmm.
But Cheryl sent us the kit.
Yeah.
Everything when we made the kit, she sent us all the embroidery for the kit for the last time she was in the
Right.
magazine.
Yeah.
Tell me what that was. Ladybugs.
Ladybugs. Yeah.
Ladybugs, right? Wasn't it ladybugs? Oh, Cheryl, you're gonna have
Yeah,
to
it
just
was ladybugs.
It was crabs.
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 Crabs
It was
ahoy?
crabs.
Crabs
It was
ahoy? I was trying
crabs.
to
Crabs ahoy.
Man, oh man. I'm
Yeah,
so
see, she gets
sorry.
me confused too. Makes me think it, believe it.
I feel like
I knew it was some
Mitch
creature.
McConnell
It was-
just stand there like, totally lose it.
Meg's got a couple comments.
Who?
Meg Ross.
Okay, Meg.
She said a pumpkin dress would be cute in a fall plaid too.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And
With a little overlay jacket.
Yes.
and she loves Susie Gay's blouse in the current issue.
Oh, yes.
I can picture it out of some lovely Fabric Finders florals for the perfect school blouse.
Right. Right.
And then
Well,
somebody commented page 54, so I don't know if that's.
That's probably where.
this is where we are right
Well,
now.
we were
This is
looking
where-
at
yeah,
the bolero
thank you, yeah.
thing.
Oh, that's
Took me a while to get there, but yeah, that's right.
So crabby.
So crabby. And I'm so sorry. I better
She's
not
so
add.
sleepy.
I better not ad lib anymore.
Oh well,
Oh,
we got it right in the
man.
end, and they
I
know what we're
know.
talking about.
That's right.
and
That-
so,
Plus, she knows we love her, and they're grateful to everything for everything she does.
and somebody was lucky to win those so crabby
oh man,
appliques.
and plus it went with the kit.
Yeah.
It was really cool. Well, when Cookie, when Cookie was here and she showed her little zippy bags, zippy strippy, and we got that pattern in, and so
Yeah.
everybody's been buying that. And then her
And you can make that little
multitasker
zippy
bag.
bag too, and you can put the little thing on the front of your zippy bag. Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah, for back to
That's a
school
good
pencil
idea.
bags,
I might have to make one of those
makeup
little things.
bags.
Not in the hoop because I can't use my embroidery machine, and get a Sharpie and write my name on it. Maybe I'll do that for next week. I made a zippy
gosh.
bag. I've got all the zippers. I can put a zipper in.
She's got lots of zippers. She can do the
I
zipper.
can put a zipper in.
Yeah.
Well, we brought down a cute box of buttons that we want to show you.
Yes.
They're so cute. And so, if you're a button collector, you can tell us what you think they're made out of.
We got a question, Miss
Yeah.
Patty, while you're getting that out.
Okay.
Does Farmhouse Fabrics sell wholesale?
We do have a wholesale line of products, and we do have a way for you to register on our site for wholesale. Emma, isn't there a place you can click wholesale and it shows you register, use
Can
your...
you put that white fabric
Yeah,
over
down
here?
at the bottom of the website, we don't carry fabric or laces wholesale. We have one plaid that we wholesale, but other than that, our fabrics aren't included. But we have several ribbons, trims, patterns,
Right.
books. So you can sign up, and then we will manually approve, and then you can shop.
Right, we have things like our double-faced silk satin ribbon, our polyester satin ribbon that we sell wholesale by the roll. And there are buttons, mother of pearl buttons that we sell wholesale. And like Emma said, there are pattern lines that we sell wholesale.
Now these buttons are the cutest buttons that you will see.
I'm going to go to the overhead and
We'll show them
see.
there, and then we'll show them
Okay. Should we
we
zero?
gotta zoom in
narrow
on them because
Okay.
they're tiny, but they would make the cutest embellishment on
They're
things.
really
Look at
cute.
these. And you know, sometimes you get a button that's like a face of something, you know, like a rabbit, like this one, and they're kind of frightening.
Oh,
This is just the cutest little bunny. And I don't know if you can see him up close there, but he's tiny. And he's just really cute. And then we have the Santa. This little Santa button. Look
so
at him.
they look hand painted, but they look like they're called realistics. I know this is a Santa. I don't know if you can see it on Instagram, but there's
But
what?
there's grapes a thing of grapes with a
Mhm.
little.
And they have a little
Let's see
wire
it.
shank that
Yeah.
is embedded into the back.
There's
And they
grapes.
look
There's an ear of
hand-painted.
corn.
Mhm.
There's a strawberry, a tomato, a pineapple, a mushroom, and then we just have these two odd ones here in the box. This one feels like it's rubber, some type of rubber, but it's
think it
really
is.
pretty. It's like a crayon. It's like if you melted your crayons together and swirled it. That's what it would look like.
And they're not all exactly the same.
And these were. This is a green one. That's just a odd shape, but it's really pretty.
I love opening these boxes. When I saw this, I'm like, oh man, these are so cute. And but they're realistics because they look like the real item. And
They do. They are.
Mhm.
I mean, they really
I'm
look real.
positive that they're vintage. They're very sweet.
Maria is asking, any avocado buttons?
Not in this box.
Avocado green.
We got this avocado green one here, but
Yeah.
it's real pretty. But we have the pineapple, mushroom, tomato, strawberry, corn, grapes.
But we haven't opened all the boxes yet, so
No,
you never
this
know.
is just one.
You never know. Yeah. Isn't that
They were
neat?
getting some buttons out of, and I'm like, oh no, you got to show these. These
Yeah.
are so cute.
What'd you find, Lila? Did you want to show something?
I have an idea.
Oh,
Oh, we got a
Okay.
designer in here that
the
wants
kids
has
have
an idea.
definitely been designing. Okay, come here, right here in the middle. This is Lila, and she likes to look at fabrics and okay. Tell me what you're thinking.
So, if this was like a top, and this was like the top part that goes right here,
Right?
and this was like a puffy sleeve.
Well, yeah. So we're getting in some knits that are some are going to be this color, and then Lila has loved these like knit tops, bodysuits. Really, you like a bodysuit that looks just like a top, and then it has a contrast. But remember, we looked at that boutique and they had a big ruffle, and it was
Yeah.
out of something like this, right?
Yeah.
Good eye, girl.
I
Good
don't know
eye.
if I could wear that to school though, if it was see-through on your shoulders.
Oh, because at their school you can't see their shoulders because the teachers say their shoulders are distracting. I can think of a lot of other things that are more distracting than shoulders. But, man, but that color is pretty on you.
I'm gonna go put that.
Okay, thank you. I like it when they go through and find stuff
Yeah,
they
it's the
like.
same color as this zipper.
It is,
It's
actually.
like it's a coral. It's
I
so
like
pretty.
this one better than the flowers.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, when the knits come in, we're expecting a big shipment of knits, and they're going to be solid colors. And Lila's going to be designing a top. I've got to find. I'm sure there's a PDF company that has a bodysuit that snaps in the crotch, so that the shirt stays down in their shorts
Yeah.
and all and pants. And somebody can tell me because that's really what she wants. There was a free download PDF pattern that Michelle downloaded for me. Remember what it was? It was a skirt and a
Apple.
knit top. It's a very
Was it
cute,
Appleberry?
maybe. And we will tell you what it is because it's free and it's if you've never tried a PDF pattern, and you can find some free ones
Yeah.
to try
Appleberry skirt and Appleberry tee.
by
Peony pattern.
Peony Patterns, Appleberry skirt and Appleberry tee. And it's just a little gathered knit skirt and then a little knit top with little puffy sleeves.
Yeah.
And
That would be really
free.
cute for school.
Yeah.
Free, yeah. Everybody's for
Yeah.
free.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I like free things. Don't you like free things?
I sure do.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
Yeah. So,
Well, that's good and then they can, you don't have to worry about printing it off if you just send that PDF, the thing to the
Oh.
plotted printers,
that's right.
you can get it printed.
Yeah, and it wasn't very much money.
No.
Didn't cost
It's
much
very
at all.
inexpensive.
Sometimes the PDF patterns, they'll give you cut measurements, so you don't even have to print if it's a rectangular
Right.
shape.
Oh,
Yeah,
You
the
just
right.
skirts.
are printing the bodice, which is a
Mhm.
lot less.
Yeah, it's
that's
only
true.
usually ends up maybe a couple pages to tape together, and
Mm-hmm.
then because that's usually a lot of mine. I thought, okay, somebody will get these one day, and they're going to have the top part of these patterns because I do that. I go by the cut measurements, and then I just print the tops and the sleeve.
Lots of times they include both for people that like it on the pattern and people that
Oh.
don't want to print it out.
Right.
I don't want to measure mine and try and get the corners straight, 90-degree angles. Like This looks crooked to me. Now this week, our giveaway is
Oh, this is a wonderful giveaway.
this is from Cookie.
This is a
So neat.
I love this bag. I've made this bag a couple of times and it's so
Oh,
nice.
have you really?
I
You've
have,
made it?
yeah.
Wow, that's a lot of
Yeah,
work.
it is a lot of work, but it's a nice bag. They hold up really well. I've carried them on airplanes,
Oh,
all
yeah,
kinds
yeah,
of
yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
So everything that Cookie showed us when she was here, she's giving away, and
The other side. That's the
it's neat.
pocket. All the way across the pocket.
So we did a video with Emma and Cookie. This one might be with me, I can't remember, but anyway, after Cookie was here, we did the video for the giveaway for each week. And so
top
Emma
zips.
said, this will give, if we post it early in the week, it'll give people a lot more time to put their name in.
Mhm.
But I think that what happened is people are used to seeing our giveaway on Thursday, and so we didn't get as many as we expected. So anyway, I was kind of surprised, and I know it looked different than it does sometimes. Anyway, we did still get a lot of people that entered. So
you're
just
all
telling
really
you that,
lucky because there's not so
yeah,
many.
there's a better chance to win the $1 billion lottery today because there weren't as many entries.
That's right.
I'm telling you that because we want to post this earlier in the week too. So be looking at our Instagram and Facebook, and it will say giveaway on it. And so you just enter the same way by commenting below that picture and tagging a friend. And every time people have asked us what that means to tag a friend, and that just means you start typing in a friend's name. And a lot of times, if they're already on,
It'll pop up.
it'll pop up, and you just so their name goes, because we're really just trying to increase our audience,
Right.
and that's why we ask you to tag a friend, and then we ask you to sign up for our newsletter. Most of you are already on it, and so that's okay. We
And if you don't tell your friends about it, let them.
yeah,
you know.
yeah. So anyway, all of that to say, this we're going to show you next week's.
You definitely want to get in early.
Everybody here wants to join.
Yes.
Yeah. Look at this. That's really beautiful. This is made from Liberty of London quilting cotton.
This is beautiful.
So, thank you, Cookie Bar, for
And
your
all of you that are
hard work
having
and
new
beautiful.
granddaughters coming
I
up, this
know.
would be a great
It's-
gift
it's
for them.
gorgeous. It is gorgeous.
You can make the label and put on it and say you had a part in it.
Yeah.
You may not
Right.
have made the quilt, but you can make the
That's
label.
right.
And that quilt pattern is a free download through Riley Blake Design.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's a free. That's
Yeah.
a freebie.
Free
there
pattern.
There are lots of free patterns.
There
out
are lots of free patterns.
Yeah, a lot
Yeah.
of the fabric companies have free patterns because they want you to use their fabrics for quilting and for projects, and so be searching because there are lots of free patterns, and you don't have to spend a lot of money. And so we are going to have a drawing to see who wins this multitasker bag.
Yeah, even Carolyn sent me a thing from So Easy program on PBS, and she said, go in there and look. There's a little shorts with a skirt and a little top for kids right now. They're
Oh,
on there.
neat.
So it's a free pattern too on PBS on the So Easy program. So
All right, I'm
Yeah.
not even familiar with that.
I'm not either. I haven't looked it up yet because I didn't have
Yeah.
time yesterday, but I will. Yeah.
All right, so Regina is going to draw a lucky winner. There you
Yeah.
go.
So we'll just throw it all up here and grab us that one. Okay, you got it here. I don't know who this is. I would
You're
love
gonna
to win
spell it.
Cookie's bag. She is so generous. She does gorgeous work.
And she tagged her friend. But okay, you have to
It's-
spell her name.
SCBUBUFXR.
And you know who you are. And that's-
SCBUBUFXR.
There you go.
Skaboobaboo. Skaboobaboo fur.
You put it in here.
I don't know, but
And so
there you
you're
are.
the winner. And so be looking for our giveaway video on the quilt because that'll be next week. And I have to thank Regina. I thought, how in the world am I ever going to do a Facebook Live when I'm like barely like keeping my eyes open after the sewing this week. And on my way down to the kids' practice last night, I got a text from Regina and said, or maybe it wasn't, was it night before?
Wednesday.
Okay, Wednesday. And she said, hey, I can come Friday if you still want me to. And I'm like, want you to? God just dropped an angel right out of heaven.
I thought I had something to do today, but I didn't. It's tomorrow.
Yeah.
And so then it was like,
So
oh, and I want
that
to take the
was
dress.
a
so-
wonderful thing. So anyway, I was very happy to see Regina here, and I was looking forward to her projects too. That's fun. Thank you.
Thank you
Appreciate
for having me.
And thanks for joining us.
Yeah, for putting up with me.
Oh, that's easy enough.